All right, let's bring in General Keith Kellogg now. General, thanks for joining us. Of course, we will get to the Pentagon and the State Department when those briefings begin. Any information coming from there obviously crucial at this point. I can tell you what Jen Psaki just said when she asked if an invasion they believe, as an administration, if it is imminent. She says the president continues to believe that a military invasion could come at any time. I've quoted you often since I last spoke to you a week ago. General, I asked you if we're on the verge of seeing an invasion happen. You said yes. At this point, what do you think timing-wise, if the answer is still yes, that this is going to happen?
Yeah, thanks, Sandra. Thanks for having me. Look, when you look at the order of battle that Putin's put in place, and that was a good comment by Greg a minute ago, he's got forces in Belarus, which is to the northwest. He's got them to the north. He's got them to the east. He's got them to the south. Earlier, I thought he may just want to take a piece out of Ukraine. He's got an ability now to put pressure across the entire front. And people need to understand the border of Belarus is only 90 miles from Kiev, the capital. So they can get there pretty fast if they want. And these are all first-line units. Putin moved a lot of forces from the east, from the eastern part of Russia, and these are all first-line units. There are S-35 jets, which is the top of the line, S-400 air defense batteries, Iskander missiles, top-of-the-line armor. So what you asked is a very direct question. I think he's prepared to go within about a week if he wants to go. I think if I had to time it, what I would do if I was him, I would hit it right about the time of the Olympics. That keeps a lot of the world focused on the Olympics. Well, he's heading south, he's heading west, and he's heading north from all different directions into Ukraine. There's still an ability to get out of this. Wow. There's still an ability to negotiate the way out of it. But that's going to be up to Europe because Putin does not like Biden. He doesn't trust Biden. He has no confidence in Biden. He looks at Biden as a very weak commander-in-chief, and he's using that to kind of divide NATO, which I said a couple of weeks ago was his prime effort. So I think he's ready to go. He's got enough forces now to do what he wants to do. It's all up to him.
Wow, that is a big prediction. General Jack Keane had a bit of a different prediction as far as the timing of all of this, and it did partly hinge on Putin going to the Olympics. Listen.
The Olympics end on the 20th. We got about a month or so with favorable conditions to support heavy armor operation. It doesn't mean they cannot do it when the ground thaws and you got more mud than anything else. It's more challenging then. Favorable conditions end around mid-March in terms of the timeline.
So he did start out by saying the Olympics end on the 20th because he said he didn't think Putin would invade while the Olympics were underway, General.
Yeah, hey, Sandra, here's the reason I'm saying that. Every day that goes by, more and more weaponry goes into Ukraine. More and more people decide, well, maybe we need to add more armor, more troops, whatever it is. So he has got the advantage right now, and he doesn't want to give up that advantage. Time, the passage of time takes away his advantage, and I don't think he wants to do that. If I was him, I'd go early. That's up to him, though, if he even wants to go. I still think there's a chance that diplomacy wins out, but it won't be from the United States because he has no trust, belief, or any confidence in the United States pulling any type of diplomatic effort off going forward.
Really interesting. Morgan Ortega said something similar. She joined us last hour. Listen.
I think this comes at the end of a year of failed diplomacy, Sandra. This is a year of sort of chasing Putin around the world, doing what the State Department has coined intensive diplomacy. I don't really know what that means, nor do I know that Putin knows what that means. But effectively, we've wasted a year of not doing the actions that Biden says that he will do if Putin were to invade.
Okay, so she's obviously blaming it on a year of bad diplomacy. Putin sees an opportunity here, to your point about going sooner than later. Also, Jen Psaki was just asked in the White House briefing room, General, is the president considering deploying more troops to Eastern Europe? He has never ruled out additional assistance and then punted to the Pentagon and what we're about to hear from John Kirby. So we are about to hear from the Pentagon. What should we hear from the Pentagon, considering your prediction, sir?
Well, I think you're going to say they're moving troops to some parts of Europe, into the Baltic region or to Poland. That means nothing to Putin. He doesn't care. We've been doing that for years. We've been deploying forces there. We've deployed them recently. We have exercises there. He doesn't care about that at all. He says, okay, that's kind of a little bit of a mosquito bite. So that is just a lot of noise. I don't think it means much. If you're really serious about it, You've got to move strategically against Putin. And that means a lot of alerts with our nuclear forces, our strategic nuclear forces, and moving forces that pressure him. Right now, moving forces into Eastern Europe or other parts of Europe doesn't mean anything to him at all.
Very, very good of you to join us, sir. Thank you very much, General. Good to see you. Thank you. We're
Thanks,
obviously
Sandra.
keeping our eye on it. The world is watching this.